What is going on, YouTube world? My name is Ghiman Mckinney, or you can just call me Juice because that is my nickname. I appreciate you guys, like I said, for watching today. Be sure to smash this like button right now, as it does help these videos get out to the public and the channel to grow overall. Subscribe to the channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos weekly, and I post every single day if I can, and turn on post notifications too, so you don't miss a single one of those videos that I post. It's only right, you guys. Also, if you enjoy this video, be sure to share with other people so my content can continue to grow. So the Houston Texans will travel to Kansas City to face Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs this week in week number 5 of the NFL season. And I'm excited for that game. I'm excited to see Deshaun Watson versus Patrick Mahomes. These are the two best young quarterbacks in all football. I'm sorry, Carson Wentz, you're not better than these two quarterbacks. I'm sorry, Dak Prescott, you're not better than these two quarterbacks. Sorry, Baker Mayfield, you're not better than these two quarterbacks, okay? These are the two best young quarterbacks in all football. Both guys are 24 years old, and both guys will be the future of the NFL. This potentially could be, because they're in the AFC conference, this potentially could be the next Tom Brady versus Peyton Manning rivalry for many, many years to come. Now again, I will throw in Lamar Jackson in this conversation because I do think the Ravens have set him up to succeed. Okay, the Baltimore Ravens have a great running game, a great offensive line, and a great infrastructure to where if Lamar Jackson just continues to improve his game, he's going to win a lot of football games. The Baltimore Ravens will put Lamar Jackson in position to win football games. So again, I think Patrick Mahomes is going to be there just because he's such a great player, and he threw 50 touchdown passes his first year starting. I mean, Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs, they were in the AFC Championship game last year, one play away from getting to the Super Bowl, had D Ford not gone offside. So I know that Patrick Mahomes will be there, but I assume Deshaun Watson's going to be there. I do worry about the Houston Texans organization overall. I will get to those things in a little bit, but again, it is not out of the question that Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson will be playing and facing each other a lot. I guarantee you for the next 10-15 years, you will see these guys facing off in the regular season a lot, and a lot of great battles, and a lot of great postseason battles between the two. And again, this guy, Deshaun Watson, I am sold on this kid. I was sold on him a long time ago. I'm even more sold this year. I'm all in on Watson, okay? He's the best quarterback in the AFC, not named Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes. I'm sorry, Fil A, but you are not better than Deshaun Watson. Big Ben Roethlisberger, you're not better than Deshaun Watson. Andrew Luck, you retired. And Lamar Jackson, you're not better than Deshaun Watson, okay? So we all know that both of these quarterbacks are stud players right now. And I've actually said in the past, I've said that right now, if I had to bet money, it is a toss-up between Patrick Mahomes and Russell Wilson as the two best quarterbacks in all football right now. I would give the edge to Patrick Mahomes just because he's such a talented player. And I mean, the guy, when you watch him play, I mean, he might be the most talented quarterback I've ever seen, not named Aaron Rodgers. This kid is special. He's going to be a special quarterback for many, many years to come. I actually recently did a video talking about why I think Patrick Mahomes has a shot to be the greatest quarterback in all of football history. I think he has that chance and shot to do that. Be sure to check that video out if you've not checked it out already. I am very proud of that video, by the way. But it is not out of the question, guys, that Deshaun Watson is going to be a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes. It's not out of the question that by the time their careers are over, Deshaun Watson is going to be a better player than Patrick Mahomes. It's not out of the question. Deshaun Watson is every bit as good as Patrick Mahomes is. He is. He's that special of a player. Okay, let's just look at this year before you start type saying, oh, Patrick Mahomes, he's better than Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson can't touch Patrick Mahomes. Slow down a little bit. Let's just look at this year. Deshaun Watson, 11 touchdowns, 1 interception, a 116 passer rating, 69% completion percentage, and he's been sacked 18 times, okay? He's not been protected particularly well this year as far as the offensive line goes. The Houston Texans offensive line is not very good. Patrick Mahomes this year, 11 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, okay? A 114 passer rating, 65% completion percentage, and he's been sacked 7 times, okay? Listen, Deshaun Watson in his career has been sacked in 28 career games. He's been sacked 99 times, guys, okay? 99 times, okay, in his career. Patrick Mahomes in 22 career games has only been sacked 35 times, okay? I don't think people realize that Deshaun Watson is putting up godly stats and putting up stats comparable to Patrick Mahomes despite playing behind the worst offensive line in football these past 3 seasons, okay? It's not the Houston Texans. These past 3 years have had the worst offensive line in all of football, and Deshaun Watson has been every bit as good at times as Patrick Mahomes has been in his career. Now, again, has he been better than Patrick Mahomes? No, he's not. Right now, I would say Patrick Mahomes is a better quarterback than Deshaun Watson. But the fact that Deshaun Watson is putting up comparable stats to Patrick Mahomes behind the worst offensive line in football these past 3 years, that's pretty impressive. I am always impressed with guys and with people that overcome adversity, okay? I'm sorry, if you're rich and you come from a great rich family, if you become successful, that's great, but it's not as impressive as if you come from a family that's been in poverty, that you've had to struggle, not eat every night, that you maybe didn't go to the best college, maybe you didn't go to a Syracuse or a Stanford, maybe you went to a college that's overlooked by people, and you become as successful as that rich kid or that rich adult, okay? That's more impressive to me personally, okay? So the fact that Deshaun Watson is putting up comparable numbers even this year, he has a better completion percentage this year, he has a better passer rating this year, he has just as many touchdown passes this year, not to mention the fact that Deshaun Watson is running the football at an extremely high level this year too on the ground. He might be the best running quarterback in the NFL, not named Lamar Jackson or Russell Wilson. I mean, he adds that element to his game that Patrick Mahomes just doesn't have, okay? The fact that Deshaun Watson is putting up comparable numbers to Patrick Mahomes behind the worst offensive line in football is amazing to me. And this is the amount of times he's been sacked does not take into account the amount of times Deshaun Watson has constantly been hit. The amount of times he's been pressured, under duress, has not had a clean pocket, okay? And again, I've actually been reading more articles online. I read an article recently that was titled, "What Separates Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes?" One huge stat. It was on ESPN.com. It was by Sarah Barshop. By the way, Sarah Barshop or anyone from ESPN. If you see this video, be sure to get in contact with me. I got my contact information in my description. I want to potentially work for ESPN or a big time network for a full living when I get older. So if you see this video, contact your boy, okay? Contact me. I'd love to work for you guys, okay? But either way, the article pretty much talked about the fact that Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes, we all know that in their draft class, they were compared to each other. Deshaun Watson went number 12 overall. Patrick Mahomes went a little bit higher, went number 10 overall to the Kansas City Chiefs. And at the time, I thought that the Chiefs made a mistake by passing on Deshaun Watson. I didn't think Patrick Mahomes was a bad quarterback. I didn't think he was a bad quarterback at all. I knew he could ball. I knew he could perform very well. But I didn't think Patrick Mahomes would be this good in the NFL. So the Chiefs, congrats to them. They found their quarterback so far. I don't think the Chiefs are upset with the quarterback that they drafted. Deshaun Watson's great, but up to this point, Patrick Mahomes has been better than Deshaun Watson. Okay, so the Chiefs are not lacking in that area. But the thing that really was highlighted in that article that Sarah Barshop talked about was the fact that Deshaun Watson has been sacked a whole lot. The guy's been hit and under duress his whole career, ever since he got into the NFL. Okay, the guy comes into the league and is putting up comparable numbers to Patrick Mahomes. He's every bit as good as Patrick Mahomes, guys. And this past week, I want to throw this out there, okay? Because Deshaun Watson, for the first time really in his entire career, guys, he was not sacked. It was only the second time in his career Deshaun Watson was not sacked in a game. And you know what happened? Deshaun Watson absolutely balled out. 80% completion percentage, 5 touchdowns. He had only 5 incompletions on the day versus the Falcons, and he threw 33 passes, okay? He put up 53 points. He had a perfect passer rating and well over 400 yards. Are you kidding me? I keep telling people, if the Houston Texans get Deshaun Watson an offensive line, he's going to take off. He will win you multiple Super Bowls, and he will be a top 10 quarterback of all time. Deshaun Watson might even get a Super Bowl soon, and the Texans offensive line is not very good. It is not out of the question that maybe Deshaun Watson, if he goes on a huge run, the Texans potentially could win a Super Bowl this year. They're that good, okay? Deshaun Watson's that good. And again, he's putting up godly stats behind a terrible offensive line. But then I saw Patrick Mahomes this past week versus the Indianapolis Colts. And again, I know it's one game, but Patrick Mahomes was sacked 4 times. The most he's ever been sacked in a game, okay? The most Patrick Mahomes has ever been sacked in a game was this past week versus the Indianapolis Colts. He was sacked 4 times in that game. And he had 1 touchdown pass, a 56% completion percentage, a 91 pass rating, and only put up 13 points in that game. Okay? So, again, we see the difference here. Deshaun Watson putting up MVP level type stats when he has the worst offensive line in football. Patrick Mahomes, when he doesn't have all the time in the world to throw the football, doesn't look so good. So again, the Houston Texans, I know it's a small sample size, but if the Houston Texans have fixed their offensive line officially, I know they traded for Laremy Tunsil, I know they drafted some players. I need to continue to see this offensive line progress throughout the season just because they've been so bad over the years. But again, if the Houston Texans have fixed their offensive line, then Deshaun Watson is going to take off. He might become better than Patrick Mahomes because as far as running the football goes, Deshaun Watson, he already is a better runner of the football than Patrick Mahomes. Through his career, 942 rush yards, 10 touchdowns on the ground. Patrick Mahomes, 363 rush yards, and 2 touchdowns on the ground. Not to mention that Deshaun Watson is completing 67% of his passes for his career, and Patrick Mahomes is around about 65-66% completion percentage. And again, that's not bad. But take into account that it's harder to complete passes when you're constantly being hit, when you're being sacked 62 times like Deshaun Watson was a year ago. So again, it's not out of the question that Deshaun Watson can end up becoming a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes. I am always more impressed with quarterbacks and with people in life overall that have to overcome more and are just as successful as their contemporaries, okay? Deshaun Watson has to deal with Bill O'Brien, who I still think the Texans need to consider firing if they can. Bill O'Brien is not that good of a head coach. He's just not to me. The Texans organization, there's a reason they have not won a Super Bowl yet. Their organization over the past couple years has been inept at times, okay? The offensive line has been bad. What does Patrick Mahomes come into? What is the situation Patrick Mahomes inherits, okay? He inherits Andy Reid, a guy that made Alex Smith look like an MVP candidate, a guy that made Donovan McNabb get a case for the Hall of Fame. He dragged Donovan McNabb with no wide receivers to 5 NFC Championship games, okay? And he has a great offensive line, a great tight end in Travis Kelce, a great player in Tyreek Hill. I get that Deshaun Watson inherited DeAndre Hopkins, but again, Patrick Mahomes' wide receiver core has been better. Sammy Watkins, Tyreek Hill, the fastest player in the NFL, Travis Kelce, Kareem Hunt his rookie year. Now he gets LaShawn McCoy. Now he gets all these weapons. Robinson, Mecole Hardman now even. Deshaun Watson, I'm sorry, not Deshaun Watson. Patrick Mahomes has had better weapons in his career to work with than Deshaun Watson, okay? And again, Jordan Akins. Deshaun Watson is making Jordan Akins, a tight end, a young tight end, look like a stud. Jordan Akins on most teams would not be a great tight end. Deshaun Watson is making Jordan Akins look good. So again, for now, I think Patrick Mahomes is a better quarterback than Deshaun Watson. But over time, if the Texans fix their offensive line, because what the Texans are going to have in the offseason, they are going to have over $90 million in cap space. If I'm the Houston Texans, fix the offensive line. And if you do that, if you protect Deshaun Watson, he will probably end up being a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes over time. If Deshaun Watson gets the right head coach, if he gets the right offensive line, heck, maybe even without it, the guy's putting up godly stats without the best coach, without the best offensive line. But if Deshaun Watson gets a good offensive line that's at least serviceable, if the Texans continue to protect this man, the sky is the limit. He will win multiple Super Bowls. I thought he would win multiple Super Bowls, even despite the Texans having a bad offensive line. If Deshaun Watson gets an offensive line, if Bill O'Brien continues to coach okay, if he gets a better head coach, he will become a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes. And I get it. Patrick Mahomes might be the most talented quarterback in NFL history, not named Aaron Rodgers, okay? But put some respect on Deshaun Watson's name. He's the best young quarterback right now, not named Patrick Mahomes. And if he continues to get a good offensive line, he will probably surpass Patrick Mahomes over time. It is not out of the question that down the road, when their careers are all said and done, that Deshaun Watson will be better than Patrick Mahomes. I'm not projecting it. I'm not saying it. But again, it's not out of the question. Deshaun Watson, he's every bit as good as Patrick Mahomes is, and he can be every bit as good as Patrick Mahomes can be and is right now. Be sure to comment where you agree with me and disagree with me. Love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video today. Be sure to smash this like button right now if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos weekly and almost every single day if I can. A fun fact about me is I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world. I want to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. Kind of like Colin Cowherd, Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp. You get the point. Okay, I want to do sports, television, and radio for a full living once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I currently am a freshman there right now. So the best thing you guys can do to just help me continue to grow as a young broadcaster is to just share this channel with all your friends, because potentially if this channel really gets somewhere, I want to start my own network, okay? You know, or potentially if it doesn't, you know, or if I fall a little bit short, I want to go into a big time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. So the best thing you guys can do to just flat out just help me grow as a broadcaster, help me learn, you know, get other people hip to this channel, you know, just share this channel with all your friends, share this channel on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. Also, be sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. And once again, guys, just share this channel with everyone you know. Get everyone hipped and watching these videos. Get my voice out there and heard. Share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. It's been your boy, Ghiman Mckinney, or you can just call me Juice. I appreciate all you guys for tuning in today. I really do. Have a God bless day. Stay motivated, you guys, and I'm out.